It's your boy Optimus, we out here for Naeto World Magazine, keeping it 100, doing the cover for issue 16, and we with my main man here, Mr. DJ ID, aka Akio, man, chilling out here in Mabuning Precinct. We're about to have fun. Stay tuned. Thank you for supporting us, downloading Naeto World Magazine, keeping it 100. Akio, man.
It's good.
Thank you for having us, man. Thank you for taking the time out.
Thanks for coming through.
It's been long with you, though. We've been talking about this, man, Yeah, man. And, well, here at Naeto, this is the first thing we always do. We start with the basic question.
Okay.
That everyone will ask you.
Cool.
For everyone who doesn't know, tell us who is Akio, DJ ID.
Phew, man, that's the answer to that, it's so varied, man. I don't really know what to say, man. I guess like within what I am now is I'm a DJ, creative director of Cool Out, consultant, man. Overall, I'm sort of just a hustler, man. But I don't want that to have a negative connotation. Like even with my mom, man, when I'm back home in the States, when people ask my mom, what does your son do? She's like, he's a hustler. But she tries to justify like, because people are like, yo, what does that mean? Does he sell drugs? It's like within this industry here in Johannesburg, man, there's so many different opportunities, and like you really can't just be stuck in kind of one lane, because there's a lot of other things. So it's good to have your hands like involved in a lot of other stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, first and foremost, I'm a DJ first. Like everything that I do is based on the foundation of me being a DJ, and that is what opens doors for me to everything else. So I would say first and foremost, DJ.
Yeah. And then creative director.
And everything else, yeah.
But overall, I see you as an entrepreneur as well.
Sure.
Because, as you said, creative director, Cool Out, you guys are doing amazing things outside, And as a DJ, you've managed to handle the DJ. You didn't just come up as, I'm just a DJ. You've done so much and you've been in so many places because of that.
No doubt.
Yeah. And then, as I've said now, an entrepreneur and everything, how did all these other things come about, like becoming that creative director, doing events? How did it all come about?
It started off as like as a necessity again to build my brand as a DJ. So like when we were starting off in Cape Town, it's like one of the main things that like artists always come and ask me like when they're coming up, like, yo, how do we get booked? Like how do we make a name for myself? And my answer to that is one of the easiest ways to get booked is to book yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when we were coming up in Cape Town, like hip hop, it was a bit of a down period, so there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities going around. And even in Cape Town, it's still a bit cliquish and stuff like that. So, there weren't a whole lot of opportunities to get booked. And even when you were getting booked, I mean, back in those days, man, this is like 2008, 2009, 2010, like standard booking price was like $500, for a DJ. So we were just like, we didn't even complain. We're like, yo, $500, dope. That's cool. That's good, So, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunities in Cape Town. I mean, even though it's like the birthplace of hip hop, in South Africa, it's definitely tailed off, and there's not a lot of infrastructure there. The powers that be, there's not money going into hip hop, although it's popular. You know what I'm saying? And also from a community aspect, man, it's very segregated. No one's really managed to bring it together. So we started Cool Out. We started throwing our own parties. Started marketing ourselves. Like that's kind of how the whole entrepreneurship started. It's like, all right, cool. This market doesn't necessarily exist and no one's putting us on, so let's put ourselves on, man, And that's the thing, it's like, another thing rappers and DJs ask me, it's like, how do I get booked? Again, and I say, okay, talent is obviously one thing, but at the same time, man, from a promoter's point of view, what gets you booked, I know if I book you, you're gonna bring 50 people in, you know what I'm saying? Most promoters and club owners actually don't give a fuck about if they like your music or not. They don't care, man. It's business. It's a bottom line. So they'd rather put you on, and you might be rubbish, but you can bring 50 to 100 people, than opposed to some dude who's dope. But he's because I know plenty of dope like bedroom DJs, who are incredible, but at the same time, man, no one's gonna come and see them, and they're not gonna put these guys on. So, when you build your own event, like the Strength of Cool Out, once we started building Cool Out, we're building Cool Out. Myself, Reiko, we're associated with Cool Out. Then when promoters wanted to book us, they're like, all right, cool, let's book Akio, Reiko, because we know that they got a pool via Cool Out. And us as promoters, we think the same way. I mean, we try to balance that line between what we think is dope and what's going to make money, because it is a business at the end of the day, but we try and stay true, So, that's strategically, you know, we do that. You know, when we have bigger events, we'll be like, all right, cool, we need this event, we need the word to be out there. So let's take this dude from this group, put him on opening, let's take this dude from that group, put him on. And I see like a lot of other promoters, man, they'll drop a lot of money on an international artist or try and go something big, and I look at their lineup and it's just only their homeboys. It's only their friends, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, why would you do that? Now your outreach is insular, you know what I'm saying? Like, why put yourself in that position where, you know, you're not taking an opportunity? You know, you're paying someone to DJ, and at the same time, man, you're getting free marketing out of it to that person's network. So, you know, I think that's one of the main things to consider, you know?
Cool, man. And then, as we touched on right now, like you do that, you do creative directing,
yes.
You are a DJ, you have a lot. Do you ever get tangled up in your schedule, like maybe when you...
All the time, man. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing management, because I did management as well, and that was just kind of taking up too much time, and it wasn't something I was really passionate about. You know, I like the creative side, the creative directing side, man, because at this point in South Africa, hip hop is like, it's so big and it's recognized, you know what I'm saying? Like for a while, the corporates, the marketing agencies, they denied it, you know what I'm saying? But now there's no denying it, just because of sheer numbers, so everyone's trying to get involved. So what we're trying to do is be in a position where we want to be the go-to guy for certain agencies, certain brands, you know, because everybody, all these agencies and brands, man, they know that they got to use hip-hop, they don't know how to use it now. So rather than, we want them to come to us. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 other guys, I think, you know, in this industry, you know, I think that are reliable, you know, like Slicker's, like, you know, he's up there, he's one of the guys. Glenn 21, he's up there, one of the guys. There's a few other guys like Fred from High Magazine. There's other guys that are kind of in that space that they get called on, you know, to come in and discuss stuff. So, you know, Hip Hop Scholar. There's a few other guys, you know, and they're all good, you know, but, you know, we obviously want to get our portion of the market share.
There,
you know?
Right there. And then let's come back to DJ.
Sure.
You know, as we said, we're sitting behind decks, you know, your home. Let's talk influences.
Sure.
Yeah. What got you back in, like, what got you want to go to that route, like, I want to be a DJ?
Well, man, it was, I just graduated from college, moved to Japan. I had a little bit of money for the first time in my life, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a job and, like, you know, things were doing pretty well. Japanese economy was on the rise. We were young, you know, we weren't trying to save, you know, we just had money. So I always loved hip hop. You know, hip hop had been a big influence in, like, kind of developing the character of who I am, and, like, there's a certain type of identity, you know, that I found in hip hop, like being like an Asian mixed race kid growing up where I did, you know, like you weren't quite sure of, you know, what you were and where you fit in, and like for me, basketball and hip hop were like the places where I felt most comfortable, you know, and that's what I identify with. So, you know, I always loved hip hop, but it was like, you know, it wasn't really, you know, my parents, you know, my father's a university professor, you know. My mom's got a master's. I mean, she didn't work, but like, you know, it's an educated family that comes, you know, and there's no, you know, to say to your parents, I want to be in entertainment, you know, like they weren't into that, you know. So it's not that they pushed me away from it, but they didn't really encourage, you know, like they had a path for me, you know. So I had to do the education stuff, you know, and then I got to Japan, and even then it wasn't like, let me get into this DJing stuff. It was more, all right, cool, I got some money, I love hip hop. What can I do to actually be a part of it, as opposed to just a passive listener? Or what can I do to be an active participant in hip hop? So yeah, man, we had a little bit of money. I had a roommate. I was like, all right, cool, man. I'll go out, buy one turntable and a mixer if you go buy the other turntable. Okay. And he was like, all right, cool, let's go do it. So we went out. I bought a mixer and a turntable. He bought the other turntable. And at this time, man, this is still when vinyls were hot. So and Japan had a really, really nice, thriving record scene. You know, there's a chain of record stores called Banana Records. Yo, it was so dope, man. Me and homeboy, man, my roommate, we used to on weekends, man, we'd get up, roll a couple blunts, hit it, and just go to all the different record stores. And he would start on one end, and I would start on the other. And we had like a rule, because when we used to do these parties, you know, we had a rule, and that was, you know, we couldn't play the same song twice. So because we had limited funds, we didn't want to own the same record, no matter how dope the record was, because it didn't make sense to waste money on a record that if I buy and he buys it, only one of us can play it. So he would start on one end of the hip hop section, I'll start on the other, and then we would just start digging, and then we'd meet in the middle eventually and then cross over. But it was always just like, yo, I gotta find the dope shit before he does, because then he'd be like, yo, check out what I got. I'm like, damn, man, now I can't play that. I can't play that shit. So yeah, so that we were just, it was great being part of the culture, and then we started throwing like house parties, like doing private parties, and then after that, man, we found a couple club owners, started doing a couple parties at clubs. And back in those days, man, it's like money we made, because vinyls were so expensive, man, like, and we weren't, gigging that much, so the money that we made, like, we took it and we just spent it all on vinyls. So it was still, definitely hobby days back then, and then I I was really into the DJing thing at that point. I moved to Amsterdam to go back to school, and I got, kind of on the student music scene, started doing parties. I was doing every Wednesday at the spot, buying more vinyls, and, but like really kind of getting that experience, you know what I'm saying, as a promoter, and this is my own night, man. I used to play 5 hours back then, it was crazy. I'll play, and like now it's like me an hour and a half, 2 hours max, but back then only with vinyls. I was playing B-sides, everything, man. It was a different era back then. It was a different type of skill that was necessary. And then, but it still wasn't like I was still a student. This was a side thing, it wasn't like a profession. And eventually I came here, and I was in Cape Town, and we started like an event, and things kind of picked up, and the recession was hitting, so I was like, yo, let me try and do this full time. Started doing it full time, and from a business side and marketing side, I got a pretty decent mind for it. I mean, I was never really into sales, but I am when I believe in the product, you know what I'm saying, and I believe in myself, and I believe in cool out, so that's something I can sell, So things just kind of started picking up, and then 2011 moved to Joburg, and the industry is here, and things kind of picked up. Linked up with several other talented people, and we built a team, and I think we've had a little bit of foresight. The main thing is like trying to predict like the next trends, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, man, that record digging scene you're talking about, it just sounds like, I've watched this series like Naeto World, The Get Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a part where these guys just go through record stores and just dig. Everyone is on some, I want that, yeah. It's something that shows the passion for it, even though it's a side thing, but you still got that drive to say, hey, I want to do this, and that's great.
Yeah, that's really like the biggest part of the culture that I miss, man, is that the digging culture, man, because it was like such a great Saturday, Sunday thing to do, man. It was such a great thing to do, man. It was so much fun, and just like, also in those days, man, you could only play what you have. Yeah. Now, because everything's digital, I can play anything I want. Anything I can get a hold of online, or I can play. But back then, man, you could only play what you had. So people's sets were so diverse. Like the records you had were going to be different. We might have some shit that's the same, but everything's the same. Now, when you go to the club, every DJ plays the exact same set. Like the diversity has left. Which is it's bad for the culture, and also just for the listener. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you used to go to clubs just to check out cats' opening sets, because you knew the dude from 9 o'clock was going to play something different. You know what I'm saying? Like now, there's no point going to check out. Like I'll go to a club, if I have to be there at 9 o'clock for some reason or another, that dude is still playing all the bangers, and there's nobody there at 9 o'clock. So there's like no diversity of music, and also from a DJ standpoint, how do you define your sound? How do you define your sound when everyone's playing the same? You know what I'm saying? Like,
how do they know?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, you've done so much as a DJ. In 2016, you dropped a banger. A track that I don't know how many times we played in the car, man.
It's like it gets you riled up, man.
And I think for us at Naeto World, after we got the track, and one of our DJs, Kitchen Mash, was playing it, like, man, when is Akio dropping the next track?
Man, I wanted to do it this year. I did, man, but I'm just too busy. Like I'm thinking next year, maybe January, February, I can start, going over some beats, sourcing some beats, like working on a few things. I was gonna work on an EP with Ganja Beats, and then it just, like from a timing perspective, man, I just didn't have the time to really put it in, man. And it's like, I'm setting like personal goals, and like also just, when you're, my life isn't necessarily stable, man. It's like you got the office stuff, and then even just like last night, man, I was up till 12 recording a mix for UJ. Like there's just so much other shit going on, so it's so hard to like bring like stability and find time in your life. So it's like one of the things I'm really trying to do is like really be focused and like eliminate a lot of the unnecessary things in my life, you know what I'm saying? So I can do more of the things that I want to do, because I do waste time. I don't have a lot of time, but a lot of my spare time, sometimes I waste, and it's like you can't be doing that. I want to be active and be out there. So I'm hoping like next year this is yeah, once December's out of the way and
Yeah.
focus on a few other
This
things.
is
man.
crazy month it's
Yeah.
time, you know. And then when it comes to DJing, like when it comes to DJing, when you are booking DJs, what do you mainly look for?
Man, it depends, you know, like a lot of stuff is like the sound they play, you know, especially the type of event. So, you know, for something like Bad Bad Not Good, we really wanted like a more eclectic sound. So that's why we got like a Kid Funk and a Reiko, you know, guys like that. For something like the Rooftop, we try and span, musically we try and span a lot of different stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we'll start off in the afternoon on some more jazz, then we'll move into like more underground stuff, maybe then some 90s, then maybe some like alternative stuff, but then moving it more into like modern, commercial, and then by the end it's straight up commercial, you know? So, you know, we try and find the DJs that fit those specific slots, you know what I'm saying? But we do want to have a bit of diversity, you know, and also you want to curate the space, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want the same type of music. Like we booked one cat, I remember, we were expecting him to do some like, some raga and some other stuff, and then he just went straight up into like commercial stuff at like 4 o'clock, and we're just like, damn man, we didn't book you, you know, like.
Yeah, this is not what we
wanted.
aiming for.
Yeah, it's not what we wanted, because now you're fucking with the musical curation, like the way that we're trying to go. Because the thing is, like, now, I mean, you can pick it up at 4 o'clock, play all the bangers, and everyone's kind of getting into it. But the person we put on after you, you know, we were planning for like a bit. So now this cat is getting, like, I know, like if I'm playing, I remember when I was at Opie Corpy, man, I was on an early set, and the opening DJ, just went in hardcore banger set, you know. So Dimples is coming up to me like, yo man, you gotta bring it down a little bit. It's only like 4 o'clock, and I'm like, but I can't now. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn it down after this cat's already filled it up? Like, I can't do that. So I mean, I didn't go all in, but I went in like, you know what I'm saying? I had to keep, I had to keep the pace going, because it's like you have to go with that flow, and you can't turn it up and then turn it down, and then like, you know, people are, you know. Yeah.
Yo man, we're still here with DJ ID, man, you know, getting that knowledge about the cat and getting the knowledge about the game, man. Stay tuned, Naeto.